Will you have a drink, Lord Refa?
Yes, thank you.
I'm sure it was a tiring journey.
Yes, it was. Now, what was so important that you felt you had to drag me out here instead of coming to Centauri Prime?
Well, I have been going there quite a bit lately. I think it is good for you to come to me from time to time. Now, I have been studying these reports from the front lines. You'll note the plural form, lines. Is there anyone along our border with whom we are not currently at war?
We need room to expand.
Only an idiot fights a war on two fronts. Only the heir to the throne of the kingdom of idiots would fight a war on 12 fronts.
We can handle it. Our resources are greater than you think.
Oh. You mean your recent alliance with Mr. Morden, yes?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We asked Lord Refa to secure the planet for us.
I have gotten into the habit of recording important meetings. One never knows when an inconvenient truth will fall between the cracks and vanish. Mr. Morden and his associates worry me. After the nuns were defeated, I took steps to put some distance between us. Refa, I have the feeling that he and his associates are carving a great, dark hole in the middle of the universe. And when they go down, anyone nearby will go with them.
That will not happen. You don't appreciate their strength.
I appreciate their strength, all right. And that is why this unfocused aggression worries me. By drawing our forces into a dozen smaller wars, you have effectively weakened our main line of defense should they turn an eye to Centauri Prime.
They will not do that.
No, they will not, because you are going to take steps to prevent it. And you will start by breaking off your relationship with Mr. Morden.
Oh, Londo. You are a fool. You walked away from the greatest power I have ever seen. And now you expect me to do the same? They are the key to my eventual rise to the throne. Why would I abandon them?
Because I have asked you. And because your loyalty to our people should be greater than your ambition. And because I have poisoned your drink. Yes. And it is a very interesting poison. It comes in two parts. Both are harmless on their own, but when combined, quite lethal. The first settles into the bloodstream and the intestinal walls. It stays there for years, silent, dormant, waiting. When the other half of the poison enters the body, the two meet. Have a little party in your cardiovascular system, and suddenly, you are quite dead. Your drink contained the first half of the poison.
Why? Why did you do this?
To guarantee your cooperation. And because sooner or later you would do it to me. Yes, we're returning to the old ways, Refa. And poison was always the instrument of choice in the old republic, being something of a sentimentalist. I got here first.
What do you want me to do?
You have encouraged that fool Cartagia to attack worlds that have no value to us. You will now encourage him otherwise. You will bolster our lines of defense around Centauri Prime, and you will have nothing more to do with Mr. Morden. If you do not comply, one of my agents in the royal palace will introduce you to the second half of the poison. To your health, Lord Refa.
I want the lion. Dressed? Do as you wish. Go on. What are you waiting for?
This.
Hello, Refa. If you are seeing this message, it is because in a very few minutes, you will be dead. I have made sure the guards assigned to you are loyal to House Mollari. They will not obey you from this moment forward. You have taken from me that which I loved, Refa. You also took the life of Prime Minister Malachi, a good and dear friend. You have inconvenienced me and threatened my position in the royal court and weakened our defenses by your constant warfare. None of which matters to Shikar or his associates. But I think they do care about what you have done to them, Refa. Yes, I think they care about that a great deal.
Oh, please rise.
I have given Shikar documents which prove that you are the one who orchestrated the bombing of the non-homeworld against my advice. That you personally were involved in the creation of death camps and genetic cleansing programs. That you are personally responsible for the death of 5 or 6 million Nans. And I think they would like to thank you personally for your efforts.
You can't believe it. He's lying.
On the off chance that Shikar might not believe me, I have arranged for 2,000 Nans, now in custody, to be freed. Half in advance, half pending his cooperation. More than sufficient inducement, I think. You see, it is not enough for me to simply kill you, Refa. I could do that at home or here. But through your death on Nan, I will discredit your house and all opposition in the royal court. Goodbye, Refa.
No. No, this is a mistake.
Come back!
Make sure this is found on his body. Leave his face and head intact. They will be needed later for identification. The rest is yours.
No hiding place down here. There's no hiding place down here. You know I went to the rock to hide my face, but the rock cried out, no hiding place. There's no hiding place down here. You know the sinner's gonna be running at the knowledge of their fate. They're gonna run to the rocks and the mountains, but their prayers will be too late. Yeah, you know they forgot about Jesus, not knowing the end was nigh. But they'll be running, trying to find a hiding place when it comes their time to die. No hiding place on the mountain, no hiding place in the waters, no hiding place down here, no hiding place, yeah. I went to the rock to hide my face, but the rock cried out, no hiding place. There's no hiding place down here. You know, when the world catch on fire, there'll be no hiding place, yeah. When the water starts boiling, there'll be no hiding place. When the lightning starts flashing, there'll be no hiding place. Oh, when the thunder starts rolling, there'll be no hiding place. Can't you see the old gambler running, saying, Lord, save my soul?
Ah, Mr. Morden. I see they found you. Good, good. You're looking well. All healed now, I take it.
I'm fine. What the hell is going on, Mollari?
A number of Vorlon ships are on their way here. accompanied by one of their planet killers. They will arrive in a matter of hours. They have been wiping out any colony, world, or outpost where your associates have influence. Cartagia gave your associates the island of Salini as a base for their ships. Now that Cartagia is dead, I am ordering you to remove those ships at once.
There are 3 billion people here. The Vorlons would never attack a civilian population that big. The ships stay.
You're afraid, aren't you? They're afraid. And speaking of your associates, we must make sure that we can talk privately. Do not move. I will have to have that painted over, I suppose.
You're insane.
On any other day, Mr. Morden, you would be wrong. Today is a very different day. One last time, remove your ships.
No. You don't frighten me, Mollari. If you try to attack our forces, you'll lose.
Yes, your ships are very impressive in the air or in space. But at this moment, they are on the ground.
Fine. They're on the ground. But they can sense an approaching ship miles away. So what are you gonna do, Mollari, huh? Blow up the island?
Actually, now that you mention it. No! Most of our people evacuated from Salini during the night. A few stayed to maintain the illusion of our presence. They knew it was being asked of them. I would have preferred another way. Hoped that you would be reasonable. But take him to a cell. Keep him there.
You just made a mistake, Londo. Even if my associates lose this war, they have allies. They'll make sure Centauri Prime pays the price for what you've done here today.
What I have done. Oh, Mr. Morden, I have not even started with you yet.